Well, again, this is the Sports Betting Whale on Friday, July 14th, 2017. The baseball season resumes after the All-Star break today, so we'll have a full slate going forward. Theme of today's video will be betting strategies and adjustments post MLB All-Star break. We're going to give you actually 4 round robins today, and we'll be giving those to you at the end of the video. For 30 years, I've been taking and handicapping and betting sports. For 30 years, I've ended up winning every single season in every single sport. And so far this year, we are up a total of 210.1 units on the round robins since tracking on May. We're up more than that from the beginning of the baseball season because I was very hot. April 21st to April 26th, I actually went from 7,000 to 138,000 myself during that period of time. And it was hundreds and hundreds, I think 300 units up during that stretch alone. So we're up in the baseball season. We had a cold spell from June 22nd to the All-Star break. And then as you'll see right now, for the All-Star week, there was 2 wagers. One was the Aaron Judge to win the Home Run Derby, which paid back 2-to-1 plus your money, so 3-to-1 underdog bet. I wagered $1,400 and cashed out over $4,000, as you can see on the screen. And then the next day was the actual game, and I gave everyone the American League. I also really liked the under, but not that much of an under better, so I chose just to go with the side. And they were also a slight underdog as well at even money. The National League was the favorite on that, and as I saw online, virtually 90% of the touts were given the National League on that play. We had the American League, and as you see, I personally put $4,000 on the American League and cashed out $8,000. So just even during the off break of the All-Star week, I profited $6,600. Anybody that took the plays also did real well with the All-Star picks. Question: what are my betting strategies after the MLB All-Star break? How do baseball teams tend to respond after the break? What betting adjustments are wise to make after the MLB All-Star break to capitalize on profitability? In many ways, after the All-Star break in baseball and then in preseason in the NFL are 2 specific time periods where you can take advantage of what's going on with the team chemistry, the management, the owners, and the philosophy of how they want to play. Do they really want to win? Do they even care? Are they fighting for playoff positions? In the NFL preseason, you'll see that coaches have patterns, and they'll even declare whether they care about winning a preseason game and whether or not they're going to play their top talent, and if they do, how long. So you can go into the roster and look at the depth charts and see who's actually going to be playing. And in the NFL, a lot of fans bet on the better teams, the most popular teams, but they're oftentimes the ones that don't care about the first 2 or 3 games of the preseason, and I've made a lot of money on that. Same system applies when it comes to after the All-Star break in baseball. There's already some teams like the San Francisco Giants right now whose owners and managers have said that this year is over in their minds. There is no possibility of them making the playoffs. They're only going to keep 3 players that they're certainly not going to trade. And other than that, the entire team is on the trading block. Well, imagine the morale if you're a San Francisco Giants player and you just heard that you're on the trading block, that they don't even consider you worthy of keeping, and they blame you for the losing season. That's not a morale booster. And again, San Francisco Giants have been the worst performing team in the first half of the season. If you bet on every team across the board, you would have lost more money betting on the Giants than on any other team, including the Phillies. So the reason being is because people are used to the Giants winning. There's a lot of Giants fans, a lot of people bet with their heart, a lot of people thought that the Giants will bounce back. But now that you have a declarative statement from the Giants owners and management that they consider this season lost, I'll be keeping a close eye on how the players respond to that. Generally speaking, it's demoralizing. It could possibly give some of the players some added incentive because they're going to get traded. Who knows? But I'll be watching that. What happens this time of year is the teams that, same thing happened in the NBA and in every sport, the teams that are not going to make the playoffs look to trade players, they look to build for the future, they look to bring up the talent from the minor leagues and see how they do. And again, it's this year's shot, it's all about the future. If you were an owner or a manager of a team that had no chance of making the playoffs, you'd be looking to build for the next 3 years. You would not be concerned about this year as much. So that creates some unusually strong betting opportunities when you have teams that are not motivated to win against teams that are motivated to win, and the teams that are motivated to win actually have better players at the current time. That you end up with some fantastic opportunities down the stretch. The highest profitability months for me, I would say the #1 month is always August, because you have what I'm talking about going on in baseball and you have the preseason football. That's just a hugely profitable month for me. July's always been a good month too, because I catch the trends after the All-Star break and they form into patterns, and I will group the different patterns in different round robins, as you'll see. I'm also, as you'll see today, I'm going to do combinations of 2s and 3s and 3s and 4s, and then when we get hot and there's some really solid favorites, I'll do some 4s and 5s as well going down the stretch. So you see a combination of all of that going forward. And as you see, as you'll see me get hot, you've seen me get hot many times, you'll see me get very, very hot again here soon. And when you do see me get hot, you'll see that I'll end up making way more money in 1 week than any of the cold periods combined, because of the fact that we were betting less and less when we were losing, and we're going to be betting more and more when we're up, and we're going to be able to progress. I used to win $1 million on weekends all the time, even more than $1 million. Now with the fact that I'm going to use a system to spread out the plays all over town, fly under the radar, and allow myself to progress by using, literally going to 15, 20, 25 places, I'm going to, in my opinion, be able to win $1 million over the rest of this baseball season, including the preseason football, and I want to show it to you firsthand. So I will be increasing my plays way more. So as we start getting on a winning track, I'm going to get action in at 15, 20, 25 places in town and spread it out, fly under the radar, and show you how in July, August, and the end of baseball season and the beginning of football season and preseason, how I can turn what's a relatively small amount of money into $1 million. In addition, you're going to see, and I'll show you, that one mini run right now will end up making more money than what was lost between June 22nd and the All-Star break. So that's something about this system that's amazing. And I've talked about it before. If you were just a straight up bettor and you didn't have the acceleration system that we have with the round robins, and you run into a cold spell, which every single handicapper does, you dig a hole that it's almost impossible to get out of unless you just really have a lot more money to throw at it. Where this is a progressive system where you can take hundreds of dollars or low thousands of dollars and end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars on one streak, which I've shown you many times, and I'll show you again. I know a lot of you, depending on when they got in, if you've been following the baseball picks from day one, you're up. If you took every single game, you're up. But it all depends on when you got in and how much you bet at different times. But just keep in mind, even though we've just gone through a cold spell, we're still up for the baseball season quite substantially. If you think about just from May 1st on, in the round robins, the highest risk category, up 210 units. That's 210 times your average bet. If you bet $100 around robin, you're up $21,000. If you bet $1,000 around robin per parlay bet, you're up $210,000, which some people are up 6 figures on this. Going forward, I'm going to be spreading it out where I can get the consistent action in and don't hit the limit restrictions once I get hot. I do plan on accelerating quite a bit and showing you that acceleration. The question being, why would I do that? Why would I continue to throw more money at this if I wasn't sure I was going to win. Of course I wouldn't. There's no reason to. I don't think any other talent that I know of actually plays their own plays. I don't have to play their own plays. I could just give you guys plays and not take them myself and not take that personal risk. But to me, I know I'm going to win, and I know you're going to win. So I'm going to throw as much money as I possibly can get down. If we're back in the Mirage days or the Pinnacle days, I would gladly increase my bets 10 to 1 right now, knowing that when the streak comes, I'm going to win millions of dollars like I've done so many times in the past. It's going to be a lot more work for me to win $1 million than it used to be, where I could win it in a day or a weekend. It's going to take weeks or months to be able to pull it off, but I'm going to show you how it can get done. And not because I'm trying to boast or trying to impress you in any way. I'm really not that kind of person. I've never done this before. I just want to show you for you. I want to show you that this system can change your life and help you make a lot more money. And that's what I'm doing this for. And I would not do it if I wasn't 100% positive that you're going to win. Again, if you followed every single bet I've given you in baseball, you're already up. I know most of you haven't. I know it's been hit and miss, bad timing on things. So I'm just telling you right now, the next streak is going to get you whole, get you ahead, and I'll show you how to do that. So stick with me on this. I've done this a long time. You guys are probably great at what you do. When it comes to winning money on sports, I'm as good as you can find, and it's consistently worked for me, and it will continue to. And again, I think I'm the only one you'll find that's betting more than all my clients lots of times combined on games. That's how confident I am on the fact that this is going to win. Here are the plays for today. Again, there's 4 round robins. We're going with 3 round robins, 2s and a 3. That means it's a total of 4 parlays, not 5 like a 4s, 3s, and a 4. So every single team is in a 2-teamer, combination of 2 teamers and a 3-teamer. The first one, I'm recommending at 3 units apiece for 12 units each. A unit is a percentage of your daily bankroll for round robins. You have a round robin pool, you have a first 5 innings pool. So this is out of the round robins pool. So again, let's example of $1,000. If you had $1,000, you are going to be betting $30 away for $120 on each of these parlays, round robins. The first one group is Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, Washington Nationals. That's the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, Washington Nationals. Second group is 3 overs. Over on the Toronto Tigers game, max 9.5 runs. If you end up seeing it at 10 or more, then turn this into a 2-teamer. Over on the Giants and the Padres, max 8. Same thing. If there's a total more than 8, don't take it. Over on the Twins and Astros, max 9.5. If it's 10 or more, don't take it. You may end up with all 3. You may end up with a 2-teamer. You may end up with 1 game. But that's how we play it on the totals. So we can give you the max so you don't go over that. The third 2s and a 3 round robin are Milwaukee Brewers, Cleveland Indians, Seattle Mariners on the run line. That's the Brewers, Indians, Seattle Mariners on the run line. The last round robin is a traditional 3s and a 4 for 2 units away for 10 units. These are all first 5 innings. Boston Red Sox first 5 innings, Washington Nationals first 5 innings, Cleveland Indians first 5 innings, Seattle Mariners first 5 innings, all on the money line. That's the Red Sox, Nationals, Indians, and Mariners, all first 5 innings, 3s and a 4 for 2 units away for a total of 10 units. Now, here's my plays showing you that I took the same tickets that I just gave you, and I took them for a total of $12,000. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and we'll be back with you tomorrow to recap how we did, win, lose, or draw. Hopefully we have a big win and we get on to a winning streak. That's what I'm expecting to happen. And I appreciate your time and attention. I appreciate you sticking in there with me. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. Now it's time again for some highs. Thanks. See you soon. Going forward, I'll continue to release all of my daily picks to you for free if you text me or subscribe to my mailing list. So make sure to text me or subscribe to my free mailing list so I can continue sending you all of my picks every day. I've made tens of millions of dollars betting on sports over the years, and now I'm finally breaking my secret so that you too can share in my success. All you have to do is either click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text message to my phone number at 702-462-1135. If you're texting me from outside the United States, add the +1, so it's +1 702-462-1135. I will begin texting and emailing you with all of my daily picks whenever they come up. Remember, subscribing to my mailing list is 100% free, no strings attached. And every day that you're not a subscriber to my free mailing list is another day that you may have missed out on one of my devastating winning runs. So be sure to click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text at 702-462-1135, or if you're outside of the United States, +1 702-462-1135 to join my mailing list today, 100% free. And you'll be the first to know when I release my killer picks every single day. Again, 100% free.